All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the crypto gaming landscape today as Ethereum's going over $2,000. And if we filter out this watch list, we're seeing another big day across the board for crypto gaming tokens. And I'm going to go over some of the tokens that are moving quite well, some of the calls that have done very well here on the show. I see some people were in Rand's show this morning. We made an appearance over there. And, gaming is the talk of the town. It is the narrative that is the hottest in crypto. Even people that have been fading the pump are starting to get in. So, guys, be sure to like the video, subscribe. If you're bullish on crypto gaming, let me know in the chat box. And let's go ahead and get in the game. And first and foremost, like I said, like the video and subscribe. We are on the In the Game channel today. We're going to have a lot more content going on this channel. And I see in the chat box, Cardano Green. I actually upgraded, not using the laptop anymore. My old PC was giving me issues, okay? And I had to go with the laptop for a bit, but actually we are on a brand new computer, which is why I look a little more crisp probably on the camera as well. So like the video and subscribe, and shout out to our sponsors here, 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, the top gaming launchpad. We have big time, one of the hottest games in the space in total. I mean, they're absolutely crushing it. Owned.gg. You can take a look down below. Their $1 Million Games League goes on next week, so be sure to check that out. We have Amino Rewards. Amino Shop goes live tomorrow. I'll talk about that later in the show. We have XCAD Network, the ultimate watch to earn platform. And last but not least, we have one of the topics of today's show, actually, Real Fever and Organya. Their game launches next week, so we're going to be talking about it later on in the show. Everyone interested in gaming, absolutely, we got beaten over the head. It's one thing to, enjoy the gains, but for something that, and Rand said it this morning, we were consistent. We put out so many videos during this market, bear, doesn't matter. And we have told you this whole time that gaming, once it comes around, is going to be one of the biggest, most explosive sectors in all of crypto. And this pump has proven it. If we go to the 7-day chart on some of these things, playable games, one of our calls here, is still up over 100% since we brought it to the channel. And it actually took a pretty big dip. So it could be a decent position if you had missed it. We have Alluvium 67%. We have stuff like Compete up 73%, 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 51%, Echelon Prime. Shout out to those who bought the dip on Echelon Prime. Like, you see 47% on the week. So conviction pays in this market, guys. And, here's what I tweeted this morning. Like, it's happening. Like, we are seeing gaming hit the top of the markets at this moment in time. And it's at the top of people's watch list, top of the radar. And I've seen people in the chat, like, everyone's now a gaming bull. But just remember who was here the entire time telling you that this industry was going to be the one that kind of comes out on top from an onboarding perspective. And honestly, what's going to be from a gains perspective in the market. I see Jorge in the chat. Shout out to Jorge. Gaming market gains equals new computer. I had to take a little bit of profit on a few things. You know what I'm saying? Go to the store. And get me a new computer here. So it's feeling crisp at the moment in time. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys, as we're seeing people like Alex Becker. And I have to just shout this out because I think it's funny. But now that he faded the Bitcoin pump, and he's honest, he's like, I missed the Bitcoin pump. He's hopping into crypto games. And I'm going to make a little joke, but it might not be a joke. I don't know if this is satire or not, but he's coming out with a video and he's going to be pumping, a bunch of tokens, basically. He's covering projects he's looking at between infrastructure, universal coins, studios, and a few games that have breakout potential. The thing with Becker videos is people literally just follow what he does and just hope for the best. This could be a top indicator. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm kind of scared because people are going to lose their minds. They're going to come in here. They're going to ape into Becker's video tokens like he's the Messiah. So please be careful because I think this is the point of the cycle where if you're up a lot, maybe take a little bit of profits, but still keep some exposure because I mean, this market seems pretty serious. As today we saw some news over in Delaware. We see Ethereum going over $2,000. So the Ethereum run is now officially underway in a way. And I mean, Becker, he nailed the last cycle. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, he could be a top signal here coming in, pumping some crypto gaming tokens. So just be careful. But if he does pump some of your tokens in your bag, maybe you take some profit. I think it could be a good play. But anyway, we see Ethereum, doing really well at the moment. We still have Bitcoin up above 36,000, and on the gaming side, we're absolutely crushing it. Like I said, we have playable games up over 100% over the 7 days. It has taken a pretty big retracement, people taking profits. So could be a decent entry on market cap here at a 10 million market cap if you feel like you missed that initial pump. We have Vulcan Forge still riding up 44% this week. 𝗕𝗫𝗚 is crushing it. Dubs is crushing it. And those are some of our main calls that we've given here on the channel, amongst a lot of others. I saw in Ranch Chat today, so many people. Someone said he's made $30,000 off of my calls here on the show. Someone has said I got them out of the red from the last bear market. Like, that stuff right there means the world to me. Like, it's one thing if I can get into some tokens and win and then bring the value, but when I actually hear the stories in the chat, it really, like, it makes my day, and it really makes what we do here on the channel much more impactful and worthwhile, because it makes me want to continue bringing value and continue bringing winners to the table, so that way the whole Banter fam eats. Better get into 𝗕𝗓𝗃 before he pumps the ish out of it. If Becker's releasing a vid, time to take profits. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one maybe with that type of theory. We need you back in the TTOL Soldiers headquarters with updates ASAP. They're going to be there, and a new crypto gaming report is coming out by the end of this week. So let's dive into the markets, guys. I mean, Illuvium has been one of the hottest this month, up 120%. And when you look here, 300 million market cap, for it to move over 100% in this market has been absolutely crazy. Shout out to anyone that had conviction down here in like the $30 levels, because over the last month, they've presented quite a few metrics that are beyond bullish. So, they have a top team with over 140 plus employees. They're going on Epic Game Store later this month. They're coming out with player versus player. They have partnership announcements coming up. And I know this to be true. They're speaking with lots of top esports organizations and players. So this is awesome to see, and definitely one to continue keeping your eyes out for. Obviously, the market cap could hold it down from doing another 100%, but at the same time, shout out to Illuvium. They're absolutely crushing it. The main call over the last week, and I mean, let me just get in the chat real quick, because this is not the show today where I'm going to be like, here's the tokens to get in for today. So, like, I'm not going to be out here telling you to buy, because everything's up. Like, everything's up. But there's going to be a couple plays that I think are pretty good DCAs, and I'll get to those at the end. But Addy says he made $3,200 on a token that I recommended. Crypto Jam, your show definitely makes a difference. Absolutely appreciate you guys. I can't believe you really went on Rand's show after I suggested it to teach the normies. You the GOAT. You guys are the GOAT in the chat, really. Like I said, it makes doing these shows so much more worthwhile. And yeah, it's really what we do it for. We're like the Avengers of crypto. Let's go. IMX and Ubisoft bullish. Yes, I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. So we're seeing playable games. Like I said, one of our calls over the last week, anyone who got in on this token, let me know in the chat. But this one has absolutely skyrocketed. The volume has been pretty crazy. There's still over 1 million volume, and this is only on the Avalanche blockchain. So they're absolutely crushing it. It has taken a bit of a pullback here ever since it hit all-time highs, by the way. This token is, it still is technically above the previous all-time high, but, this one's sent into a new all-time high. It's only natural that it takes a bit of a retrace, but I think this one could keep going. And if you're a little nervous about the token, they are having a 50% off node sale. So maybe check that out. If you are a fan of Gala nodes, Myria, etc., they are having 50% off of their nodes, which I think could be a good play, especially if this token keeps growing. That yield is only going to keep growing. And I get so many questions about Nakamoto games. Obviously, they've crushed it throughout this year, right? You look at the Let's look at the 1 year chart here, 2,219%. So I want to give a big clap to anyone who got in on this, because I know a lot of people were chasing entries. A lot of people feel like they were chasing the pump, but the pump has literally never stopped for Nakamoto Games. I know Sheldon has definitely been a big fan of them over the Bears. So it's nice to see that conviction playing out. And yeah, like honestly, whenever this has red days, it's seemingly always bounce back. So it's on a red day right now. And on the 7 day, if you look here, it went up to $1.15, dipped, could have been a good entry, went up to $1.30, dipped down to $1.20. Like every time this thing dips, it absolutely pumps. Becker probably bought NAKA, probably so. Got into it last December, made 100 grand. Let's go. We absolutely love that. On NAKA, let's go. That's what we'd love to see. But this one, like, it's hard. This is the most popular token right now in crypto gaming, so I'm bringing it up for those reasons. And it's tough to justify aping in after 2,000%, but the community is genuinely so freaking bullish on this token. I could see this thing go up towards $2, like genuinely, as long as this run continues. So that is not a recommendation. That is not something I would be chasing. But at the same time, this thing is probably got some legs in it, given the fact of what it's done in this market. But two DCAs that I think right now make a whole lot of sense. And they're a little not as degen as what we've been doing, right? Like the playable games, 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗍, dubs, these low market cap tokens that have freaking crushed it in this market. I'm going to give you two that are a little more low risk, but high reward. And when you look at the stuff that's going on their networks, it just makes sense. And a little bit of conviction helps. Like just understanding what you're purchasing, understanding the long term of this gaming market. This is the appetizer, guys. Like this is the appetizer. So don't get greedy and don't FOMO into every green candle you see. But I think these are two pretty solid plays. Now that we've seen the market play out how it has, I think that these are going to start getting a lot more liquidity and attention. The first one being Ronin. If we look at the all chart here, this thing launched at the back end of the last bull and has been absolutely beaten to shreds on this market. And even, last year, this last year, I would say, 7 months ago or so, it was about $1.41. I think this can get back to that level easily once this thing gets a little more mainstream exposure. Like it's only on OKX Gate.io and the Katana deck, so you have to be on Ronin network. So kind of like playable games, it's kind of hard to get your hands on it. But the metrics here just make too much sense. They have games with 35,000 daily active users. Axie Infinity still has 60,000 monthly active wallets with over 1.8 million transactions. And after the hack, yes, Iceboy calls it out in the chat. Like after that brutal hack, this thing's been beaten to shreds. And I think, like I said, it's not going to be as degen as playable games or dubs and all these low cap tokens. But at this point in time, aping into the degen stuff that's pumped, it's not really going to be the smartest until they have big time pullbacks. So I think Ronin right now at this market cap and even at the circulating, I think this should be a multi-billion-dollar project given the network activity. So I like Ronin. And I saw someone ask a question about Immutable X and Ubisoft. So yes, IMX and Ubisoft did partner up today. And honestly, we haven't seen the price action from it. The announcement didn't really move the needle, as we see here. Ubisoft Strategic Innovation Labs, they're Immutable. They're probably like, and this is obviously no bias. I don't even have, just full disclosure, I don't even have a position in Immutable. I've been delving into the more low cap stuff personally. But I think Immutable could be a really good play here to start loading up for that next cycle. This right here, definitely. I mean, they have all the games in the chat, like Nick Illuvium in the chat. Like he's with the Illuvium guys. I mean, Illuvium's coming here. Ember Sword, Guild of Guardians, Q-Reverse. There's so many quality games coming to the Immutable ecosystem. So if you want to have your hands on like that big infrastructure, the big blockchain, the big studio type of project, Immutable is right up there in that category. And like I said, the price didn't really budge on this Ubisoft news. And I think because Ubisoft has kind of been dragged through the mud in Web3. But honestly, I think this could be an easy easy play for gains as long as this market continues and this Ethereum run continues, because Immutable is built off the back of Ethereum. So I like Immutable as a play right now. And unlike other creators in the space, I got zero IMX. I got zero IMX in my bags. So, that's just full disclosure. Like, I'm not giving you tokens that I have. I don't even have my position in on Ronin or IMX yet, but that's what I'm looking at today as low hanging fruits, low risk, very high reward plays in this market. And as 𝗕𝗁 said, the games on IMX have moved much harder. So I agree. Like, the games have done really well, but I think lagging a bit would be Immutable, and I think it's a really good play. Becker will talk about this in the top. We load here now. We're loading up here now. We're front running, if you would say. So definitely. And I'm going to give you guys an NFT play here in just a second, because the gaming NFT market has been absolutely crushing it. And I got a project that has big backing. When I spoke with these guys, they said they've raised $1 billion. Now that's crazy. If they've raised $1 billion, we'll take a look at that in just a second, guys. But right now, as of today, I think Immutable and Ronin are the low-hanging fruit buys. I like what Viral Tube says. I like Ultra too. These are low-risk, high-reward plays. Haven't really moved that much in this market. So that's what I would be looking at today. Obviously, like, we all want to be a part of these low market cap pumps. And I feel like we have a lot of exposure to those between Altura, 𝗕𝗏, playable games, etc. We have a lot of different low cap tokens that have absolutely printed in this market, but I'm not going to chase those at this moment. I am going to look at some of the stuff that's a little higher market cap. Now that Ethereum is pumping, the whole thesis there is, I think the networks like IMX, I think the networks like Ronin could get some good network effect from the Ethereum move. So that's what I'm looking at today is Ronin and IMX. Let's get into a quick run through of some sponsor stuff before we head to the chat box. And then I'm going to give you guys an NFT play coming up next week that I think you don't want to miss out on. So one of our sponsors here, Organya, we've talked about them quite a bit. They have the play to earn soccer. You guys will castrate me in the chat. So play to earn football game where you collect moments, you collect different players, and it is a very passive type of game. It kind of resembles an Axie Infinity in some sort of a way. Whenever we spoke to the founder, this game is launching 6 days from now, actually. If we go look at their Twitter, the official game release date is on November 15th. So I just want to put this on your radar. You can still pre-register down below. I know last week, all right, last week people had a problem, okay? We gave people the alpha. They were giving away a free NFT pack to get started in this game, and their DMs were closed. Their DMs were closed. So what can you do today? Actually, down below, there's a registration link for their pre-registration, because on their homepage here, you can see you can pre-register. If you go over to their website in the link down in the description below, they will hook you up with a free pack. Their DMs are open. So if you go down and pre-register, DM them hustle in the game. Hustle in the game, and they will give you a free starter pack to get started in this game. They have battle mode, arena mode, survival, playoffs, and their token has some pretty good burn metrics and a capped supply. So it's not an inflationary ecosystem. Go check this out down below and get that free NFT pack. Get that free NFT pack, because I know it's not going to be around for much longer, and this game does launch in 6 days. 𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗍 20Xs. I think both of those are potential 20Xs. Absolutely. Let's get into an NFT play really quick. So obviously we've crushed it on tokens, and over the time periods, we have given some quality NFT gains throughout the bear market. And this one here is one that I really have my eyes on, and it's starting to generate a lot of hype. A lot of creators are starting to get in on this and kind of, generate the hype on this. And I don't know, like, obviously it would be hard to say this is the next SugarTown or Block Games, etc. But this project, when I spoke with them, they have raised quite a bit of money. Their platform is built out very solid. And if I see something right here, let's see. New game launch, Organya. Look at that. Look at that. They're actually working with our sponsors over at Real Fever. So that's good to see. But you can actually access so many different games inside of the Cap Games ecosystem. You can see here, new game on cap.gg, DeFi Kingdoms. They're launching a project here, Captain and Company. You can get your treasure box on November 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern. There are blueprints to craft your own ship. You can go to battle in style with hats, eye patches, and cannons, and the rare lumber and ore bundles for crafting. The mint is on the 14th at noon Eastern. You can sign up for the allow list at their Twitter. So this is one I'm looking for, because right now, NFT market's coming back. Like, low key, everyone flooded NFTs, etc. But now that the market's back hot and people are more liquid, people are FOMOing back into these types of things. And honestly, with the backing of this project, it's giving me Pirate Nation type of vibes. So check out Captain and Company and check out Cap Games and their upcoming launch. Other than that, I mean, we have tomorrow, Amino Shop comes out. So I'm going to try to get my hands on the Amino Shop platform, and we can kind of walk you through that as well to show you how the AMO token is going to be used, the cash back program, and then, you know, how it benefits the users. So now that we ran through all of that, and honestly, shout out to Amino. Look at their daily chart, 57% on the day. So anyone who scooped up the lows, let's look here. Like, anyone who got in down here, absolutely crushing it. I was an early investor on this one, so I have my position, but shout out to anyone who got in here. These new tokens are very volatile, so it's good to see the price action on that one. And then one more new token launch before we jump into the chat, guys, is Shrapnel. Very disappointing, like so disappointing. It's down 25% on the 7-day ever since it launched. It got up to 10 cents. Now it's taking a bit of a hit. It's only on exchanges that US can't even access. It just doesn't seem, it's not seeming like they're for the crypto people. They're not for us. They're not giving the Web3 degens like us a chance to get in and you know, rocket this thing. And I just think like the exposure that they're giving people is really hard on those different exchanges. Like we saw big time, it's like a $700 million fully diluted. Shrapnel is not even close to that. But I think if the degens had the opportunity to ape in on like a decentralized exchange, it could probably happen. Let's get into the chat. Where is Sheldon? Yeah, so unfortunately, Sheldon had an emergency to tend to, and we didn't even know until literally like showtime. So what we're going to do, we are going to rehash the show, and we are going to put either tomorrow or Monday. We're going to try to see if we can have Sheldon on. That way we can worry. That way we can, you know, actually go through these different tokens, and he can chart them and show you guys exactly what he's seeing, versus I'm more of a fundamental, like, catalyst type of investor and trader. And obviously with the charting, they can kind of give us a little insight on where these things are going. So let's get into the chat box. Veracity, I absolutely love. Altura to $2. I think that's a bit high. I'd be aiming for more like 80 cents. 80 cents is more realistic in my opinion, in a full-blown bull. Hustle, should I worry about bull? I got in near the top at 0.0027. No, I wouldn't worry too much at this moment in time. It is in price discovery. It's going to settle out here. And honestly, there was a lot of profit takers. So right now, I wouldn't be too worried. But if it dips a little more and you still have that conviction, like I'm still in my position fully here, because I think $10 million of a market cap is too small for this project. So like, for full disclosure purposes, I haven't taken a single cent of profit on this yet. I think it has a lot more to go. If it was to completely collapse, I'll take a little bit of profit before it goes under my buy price. But at this moment in time, I'm still riding my position because I think that market cap is criminally low. Let's see here. Are Outer Citizens Neo Tokyo worth the cash? I've been a Neo Tokyo citizen for a couple years now. I think that it's been well worth it if you're into networking, if you want to collaborate with other people, and people definitely share some alpha over there. If you're looking for more alpha, not even in like a BS promotional way, I share a bunch of alpha over in our community too, TTOO. So if you're on my Twitter, you can check that out. That's not even like a shill. That's just honest. Like, I feel like Neo Tokyo is a big time networking community, but sometimes like the alpha doesn't come top down; it comes from the members. So that's one thing to consider. But I'm super bullish on 𝗕𝗏𝗘𝗗𝗅, and Bytes has been killing it. The token, 𝗕𝗓𝗏𝗔𝗺𝗔, yeah, they've been crushing it. 𝗏𝗏𝗃 a potential 50x from here. That would be very high valuation, but at the same time, it's not impossible. People in my circles are saying that like it's going to be a top 5 crypto by the time the next cycle comes. With this dip, do you think PYR and Gala are potentially buy the dip opportunity? I think Gala has run less, so it could be a good buy opportunity here. Vulcan has obviously done very well over the last 30 days. But as you said, like we've seen a steep decline here from 640 down to 580. If we continue this run, it's going to retest those levels. So it could be a good accumulation if you've missed it to this point, because we were giving Vulcan Forged at $3. So just be careful there. Merit Circle, big pump and dump today. Good buy now. Let's see where it's at. I love what they're doing. I did see it pumped, and then I saw it came back down. Where is it at here? Yeah. I think it's a good long-term buy in general. I love what they're doing. I love how they've rehashed their business model. WAGMI games will be huge. I agree. I'm very bullish on WAGMI. We in bull. We're in a mini bull at least. Like it's hard to dispute that at this point. And we're in a Web3 gaming bull market. That's for sure. 𝗕𝗏𝗃, I love that. I love that ecosystem. I love the game, and I love the token as a long-term high upside play. Thoughts on Dark Frontiers? It looks pretty good, and that's from the Game Starter team. So if you like Dark Frontiers, Game Starter could also be of interest. What are my thoughts on Sparta now? Unfortunately, they've just really dropped the ball. It sucks. They had a lot of potential and a lot of momentum over on Arbitrum, but it hasn't really come to fruition. Let's see. Nobody talking about Gala RIP. No, definitely not RIP. So they've come back quite a bit since their lawsuit, and people seem to not care anymore. So Gala could still be in the fold for like big gains heading into the next cycle. I like IMX as a buy today. Persian King. I really do. I think it's a good buy as of right now. Bull will fly when it's more accessible. I absolutely agree. 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗃, bro. Why are you forgetting it? I'm not forgetting any tokens. I've seen the tokens doing well. I want to see more from the product. Like, I don't care when a token scam pumps. Like when a token just pumps for no reason, I want to see the proof in the pudding of why that should be happening. And 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗃, it's been 2 years and we haven't really seen what we expected from it, right? I was in SHRAP Twitter call before the coin launch and they were all over the place. Weren't really, yeah, I agree, Hamza. It doesn't make sense to me. They're really going about this in a weird way, and I'm staying away. Buy more and bring your average price down. Absolutely. That's always the play. If you get a retrace situation and you bought a little higher, never hurts to lower that average entry. Vera not had a run, and I think it will. I think it will, my friend. Why YGG dipping? They had a conference, so it pumped up to the conference, and I think it's going to take a little bit of a pullback. The buy the rumor, sell the news. Will Ultra pump now? Obviously, I'm not the pump messiah, but at the same time, I think it's loading up for a move. It's been moving pretty slow, and I think it's due for a little bit of upside. Compete making waves. We love to see it. Compete is an undervalued gem, and it seems like it's seemingly gaining some sentiment. So we love to see that. Thoughts on Virtue Poker? That was a last cycle Becker token. So hey, if he pulls it out of the gutter on his video when he posts it, then you might see some gains there. I don't know. Thoughts on G-Swift fully diluted and upside potential? So the fully diluted is really high. The circulating market cap is not really high. There's no unlocks for a while on the token. So like if we go full blown bull, it's going to rip because of the circulating supply being so low. But if it takes a while to get into the actual full blown bull market, it could take some pullbacks due to some VC investors, but I'm bullish on them as a platform. I wish that diluted difference was lower though. I really do. Should look at AVAX with Sheldon. I absolutely will. Avalanche at this point, we talked about it the other day. They're one of the top like layer ones when it comes to games at the moment. So we definitely will. I'll put that on the list to talk about with Sheldon. Still eyeing Magic. It's still in my scope for sure, but it's definitely fallen down the ladder on conviction as 𝗲𝗏𝗡𝗄 is just not. The hype has come and gone, let's just say. 𝗲𝗏𝗡𝗄 has been killing it. I've been seeing that. DWF Labs just signed a partnership with Gala. Yeah, Gala's crushing it still. Like, the lawsuit didn't deter their business. What is the buy zone for Bull, PZP, and Hello? I'm not looking to get in on PZP and Hello at the moment. I think right now, let's go look at the playable games chart. I'll refresh. It's, this is still up 100% over the week, so it's tough to justify. It has taken a 33% pullback since it just had its recent all-time high. So you're gonna have to weigh that for yourself, because my entry was way lower than this. I really would say, like, it has just taken a 33% pullback. So if you're looking to get into something at a certain time, if we look at the 1-day chart, it's down 25% in a day. So a lot of profit takers just left. It could be a decent time to scoop it up if you feel like you missed it. Value shooter. I think if IMX, your entry is 50 cents, I would honestly hold on to it, to be completely honest with you. Is Aurori a good project? Yeah, they're actually crushing it. I want to see more from them as far as the token, but at the same time, the product speaks for itself. William, but I said it could 20 to 50x at 2 cents, and now it's 5 cents, and that's about a 15x from here. Like, I said it was an easy 20x at those prices. So, like, and I've never called for $1 on it. Like, I think easily it should eclipse all-time highs based on market cap, but I'm also realistic. Like, I think a 20x, you can't get greedy. Like, people calling for $2. It's like, if it happens, fantastic. But at the same time, I'm going to just have a realistic point of view on it. I've always said it's an easy 20x, and I still hold true to that. My Twitter handle is 0, the number 0x, like the beginning of an Ethereum wallet, 𝗕𝗂𝗡𝗄𝗧, 0x 𝗕𝗂𝗡𝗄𝗧. Buy more Senate. It's down today. Thanks. Thoughts on 𝗕𝗂𝗃oin? I'm not too bullish on anything Yuga's been doing recently. As a fellow gamer and investor, I've been watching your channel for over a year, and I love what you provide. And a bonus, you're honest. I appreciate you, Dr. Crypto. We're here to stay. That's for sure. Love the channel. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. Pump Messiah. Aloha. What are your thoughts on NFT Champions and Project Quantum? I think Project Quantum has more potential at this moment in time than NFT Champions, personally. Just pumped this hour. Crazy? Really? Let's see. Let's go check out Altura. I would love me some movement here. Let's see. Yeah, 15% in the day. And it just eclipsed that 5 cent mark while we're on the show here. So love to see it. D-Race you like. It's not a big conviction play for me. I think those horse racing games will pump. I like photo finish game Crown better. Do you think it's possible for ILV to go to a 5 bill market cap and a full bull? I do. I actually do. Yeah. I mean, that's like a 10, 15x from here. I think absolutely it could do that. Decimated's killing it. Best buy zone now to you with respect to Beta Studios. If you can clarify that question, I'll answer it. Where do you judge sentiment? You can judge sentiment on multiple different factors. Fear versus greed index. You can judge sentiment on Twitter. You could, like, we were buying. So here's what I'll say. We were buying these gaming tokens when everyone was calling us stupid. And on Twitter, people would say I'm an idiot, scams, this, that. That's how I judge sentiment, by the way other participants in the space view things. And if people are super bearish, it's probably going to pay to be bull. And once people get super bullish, like Becker releases his video, pumps these tokens, people FOMO in, we might be looking at profit taking season. Altura hype come and gone, still an extremely valuable project. I mean, my conviction hasn't wavered. I'm a big time fan. I'm a big time fan of what they're doing. 𝗕𝗂𝗏𝗡𝗃, my man. Johnny, what's up, my man? Your old buddy here. What's up with Mobland? I know all the influencers have bags and big partnerships, but pretty quiet now. Yeah, so, oh man, it's tough. Like, I know the team really well, and like, unfortunately, their focus is just not there right now. And it does like, they paid for a freaking Kylie Jenner tweet or whatever it was, for Christ's sakes, and it has gone nowhere. Honestly, one of the most disappointing projects in crypto gaming to date, in my opinion. They had all the hype in the world, they had all the attention in the world, and they seemingly pissed it away. Network is flying today. Yeah, I know. I think Becker's gonna send that one too. So he tweeted about it yesterday. Buy zone now. ACCTU hustle. I'm not exactly sure what the back half of your question is, but I like Ronin and Immutable as a buy today, like as of today. I'm steering clear from aping in on some of the degen stuff that's completely pumped. If we have some retraces, I'll take more positions in them. But a lot of our tokens are just too far in the green for me to justify taking DCAs in. But I think Immutable and Ronin haven't moved as much as some of the other participants in the market. If GTA 6 has anything to do with crypto rumors, gaming tokens will moon. Absolutely. And it'll probably eliminate the rest of the metaverses that we have. If GTA 6 is a crypto project, RIP metaverse tokens. Dubs, y'all don't sleep on dubs. Oh, we are not sleeping here. We have been big advocates, my friend. We have been big advocates. Good to see you in the chat, Spiros. All right, we'll answer a couple more here before we hop off. And like I said, guys, we are sorry that Sheldon couldn't join. He did have an emergency today, so we'll have him on again, and we'll chart some of these things so he can give you his technical analysis, and I can give you my fundamental catalyst analysis, and we'll go from there. Johnny is a legend. Thanks for all you do in the space and for your all your ongoing support. Absolutely. We're really just getting started. Like throughout this bear, we were beaten over the head. People said we were idiots. Gaming was never going to come back. And here we are. We're literally at the top of the market as far as gaming, the narrative. This is not the top. We are going much further than here when it comes to this industry. But guys, like over the bear, it's funny. I gave a lot of motivational speeches. We had to become motivational speakers on this show and tell people, like, have conviction, believe in the industry, look at what's happening in the background, and you will come out on top in the end. So guys, like, shout out to everyone here in the chat, because seemingly so, everyone here is taking advantage. They had conviction, and we're ready to ride up this industry for years to come. So all the support in the chat, from Nick, from Spiros, from 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗃, from all the guys in the chat, Cardano Green, Terminator 4, Ice Boy, JP, we appreciate you. And if I'm the go-to in crypto gaming, that's what I've worked for the last couple of years. We kept you here, and we're here to stay, my friends. We're not effing leaving. We're not effing leaving. This is just getting going, guys. So like the video, subscribe for more. The research has paid off. This is just the start. So guys, I love to see you winning in the chat with me. So that's what we're all about here. Like, there's no front running BS. There's no nothing like that. I want to present the value to you, and I want us to win in these markets together. So guys, like the video, subscribe. I'll be back. I doubt tomorrow, because we've done 4 shows this week. Markets just completely ripping. I deserve to go sip a pina colada on the beach down here in South Beach and enjoy and put on some sunglasses, and I can watch the markets while sipping a pina colada. So like the video, subscribe. If not tomorrow, we'll be back on Monday. And as always, play well, my friends.